I always thought I was a skeptic, the kind of person who rolled their eyes at ghost stories and laughed at the notion of haunted objects. That was until I found the board game at a dusty old thrift store down a forgotten alleyway. It was an antique, the box worn and faded, promising an immersive experience like no other. Intrigued, I brought it home, eager for a nostalgic night of fun. But from the moment I unfolded the board, something felt off. The air grew colder, heavy with an unshakable sense of anticipation, as if the game was waiting, watching. The game seemed simple enough at first, a roll of the dice, a move across the board, drawing a card to determine your fate. Yet, it was the cards that whispered unsettling truths, each one eerily predicting events in my life. I tried to dismiss it as coincidence until the game pieces began moving on their own. It was subtle at first, a pawn nudging forward, a die rolling across the table without a touch. Heart pounding, I convinced myself it was a trick of the mind, but deep down, I knew something was terribly wrong. As the game progressed, the cards grew darker, depicting scenes of isolation and despair. I attempted to stop, to put the game away, but an invisible force compelled me to continue. The room around me seemed to warp, the shadows deepening, stretching like clawed fingers. I was no longer just playing, I was part of the game itself, and it demanded to be finished. Each roll of the dice felt like a countdown to something dreadful, and the pieces moved with a purpose I couldn't understand but feared desperately. The climax came when I drew the final card. Its message was clear: forfeit or face the end of the game. Suddenly, I was no longer in my living room but an endless void, surrounded by the ghostly echoes of players who had come before me. Their warnings filled the air, telling tales of lives consumed by the game. Terrified, I realized I had to make a choice, risk everything to escape or become another lost soul in its grasp. I threw the dice one last time, praying for salvation, as the pieces moved on their own, sealing my fate.